feel like you didn't get to respond to Darius, who was talking about your All-Star performance last year at the three-point contest?
Oh, yeah.
Was there anything that you wanted to say before we started?
I let Sam down, so hopefully he doesn't do the same thing. There's a lot going on. It's an LED court. The wind was blowing in the football stadium. There's a lot of obstacles I had to overcome. It's all right though, it happens. So hopefully, I have no doubt he'll be better than my performance for sure.
That was nice. Yeah, that was very nice. For tonight's game, finally getting to be in a lineup with DeAndre, like obviously that's difficult to do mid-season.
Yeah.
But how did you feel like that started to go?
I think it was great. I think for him to come in and we just kept it simple on offense. Defensively, you saw the impact he has. We're guarding one of the best players in the NBA, making it tough for him to start the game. I think he started off 2 of 10, 2 of 11. Turnovers, different things, just from his activity, us being in the gaps. It sets a tone. When he's up there pressuring the ball, we're all in the gaps, we're all doing our thing. That's what that's what he brings. You know what I mean? And obviously on the offensive end, continuing to find his spots and being aggressive and different things. So, for the first game, it's definitely great to have him, and we're excited because it's something we continue to build with and get better.
What mental headspace were you in the fourth quarter when, you're calling out certain switches and you're just going off?
Is this going to be on the mic'd up episode? Is that why you're asking this question? That's actually impressive. I hope I didn't say anything too crazy. No, I just liked what I saw. Just got downhill and made the right play. That's all it is.
Oh.
Former defensive player of the year is what you saw and what you liked?
Yeah, it's just friendly banter back and forth. I would have done it to Joe, but Joe was in and out, but, yeah.
Also, talking about a lot of the defensive effort that you guys had tonight, Kenny talked about how you guys consistently switch up what you guys do for looks and boxing one, all these different things. One, how difficult is that to continue to switch defensive pressures, but also how is that going to help you guys in the playoffs?
I think, I remember you who asked me this earlier. I think our defensive rating went down to like 12th or whatever it was, and somebody asked me, am I worried? It's because we're doing so many different things. I think the biggest thing to challenge now, and I've challenged everybody, is like we have to communicate. There was one play where I thought, DG was going to take the ball. I should have stayed on the ball. Rob Dillingham gets a layup. Craig has a miscommunication with Jay and hits a three. I have a miscommunication with Jalen and hits a three. Those are the things we got to do against Boston. A few of those where they're getting slips. So, that's the biggest thing. And this is what we're using the regular season for. Obviously, we're playing to win, but we're playing to figure things out and grow. When you haven't done something, we don't practice as much. We have to figure out ways to try it. So, there are going to be times where it looks rough. There's going to be times where we mess things up. But it's like, how do we respond and how do we fix it? And then we cleaned up as the game progressed. But it's definitely something that was going to use to our advantage. We have the size. We have speed. We have lettuce. We have different things. So, you got to be able to find ways to use it. Throw different looks. But it's just part of what we do, but also being who we are on the defensive end as well.
To that point, Kenny was saying he wants more communication from Jared and Evan as the quarterbacks of the defense. How would you assess where they are in that journey?
It's tough because, it's not their nature. They're quiet human beings, so you're asking them to do something that they're not necessarily always comfortable with, but I think they're doing a pretty good job. I think that they can be better, and I've told them that, and I've challenged them with that. Not to say they're doing a bad job, but be louder. Not that they're not communicating, but be louder, scream it. I think that's something that, that's just the next progression, the next step. And then on the flip side, when they're on the perimeter, us guards have to do the same thing to them. If the side's filled or there's a clean corner, there's nobody in the corner, send it to the middle. We have all your help over here. Letting them know, hey, I've dropped. You know what I mean? I said it a few times tonight, hey, I've just dropped. Just go ahead, go to the rim, I'll take the wing. The same thing on the flip side. They got to tell us, hey, screen, coming on the right, coming on the left, different things. So it's a challenge. Those are the challenges you kind of go through when I say habits and different things like that. Those are the things you'd like to see as the game progresses. And tonight was a step, and we got to continue to do it on a nightly basis.
We talked about Evans playing with more assertiveness, as a player. How can that translate to more assertiveness as a communicator?
I think, when you're comfortable, you're seeing the ball go in, or you're getting touches, or you're in the paint making plays, you're comfortable. You're feeling, better. I think the biggest thing is now, even when you're uncomfortable, you have to be able to go ahead. Like maybe if the shot's not falling or you haven't gotten a few touches. And we're not saying that that's a selfish thing. It's natural. We're all humans. We're all basketball players. When you see the ball go through, you're active. You're more assertive. You're different things. So for us and for them, the biggest challenge is like, hey, let's talk. Let's overly talk. Even if it's screaming. I told them I don't give a damn if you scream anything. Like you could just scream your name out loud. Just say something. That way you're continually working on it. That's their next step. They're damn near perfect. Like you know what I mean? Like they're tall. They can guard the perimeter. They can block shots. So like the next thing is just doing that. And I think that's they've taken it upon themselves to go ahead and do it. But it's also our job as teammates to push them, and it's also their job to push us, which is I think what you're starting to see, especially with Ev, taking that step as well.